We go to Avon Lake, Ohio. Was a husband attacked first with a taser and then suffocated with plastic food wrap by his own wife over money?
An industrial-sized roll of plastic wrap.
It looks like it came out of the kitchen.
Wrapped around a man's head, cutting off his air supply and killing him.
I touched his leg. He feels cold. It looks like there's blood coming out of his mouth or something.
Police concluded that it was Gene Harrington who pulled the plastic over Michael Gable's head.
To Phil Trexler, reporter with the Akron Beacon Journal, let me ask you this, okay? The wife is saying this was a suicide. My husband committed suicide. How was the husband, Michael Gable, found?
Yeah, he was found laying on a couch inside the house. He had multiple wounds, apparently from a stun gun. He had bruising all over his body. But most tellingly, he had this plastic wrap around his head. And the wife was saying this is a suicide, and the cops are saying not so fast.
Phil, do we know how many times the plastic wrap was wrapped around his head and where the box of plastic wrap was found?
Well, the box of plastic wrap was found next to him. It was wrapped, continuously around his head. It was, difficult for the police to take off, and this is another reason why they just think that this suicide story just appears to be concocted by the wife.
But, the fact is, Clark Goban, they originally believed that it was a suicide. That's how it was reported. That's how it was thought. They continued to investigate. What more do we know about the injuries to his face and body?
Gene, first let's go to square one. We're talking about industrial strength plastic wrap. I've got some of it right here, and you can see this stuff is pretty thick. There's a huge roll of it we were able to obtain. Similar to this, we're talking about this plastic wrap. This was found wrapped all around the head of the victim. And we're not just talking about a little bit. Authorities say it was the mouth and the nose as well. Now, authorities also say, Gene, he was apparently stunned at least 20 times by a stun gun. Authorities revealing at a press conference that perhaps he was stunned first and then wrapped second.
Oh, Clark, how many times was he stunned by the stun gun?
Law enforcement says, Gene, at least 20 times.
20 times?
Yes.
20 times. Dr. William Maroney, medical examiner, first of all, how common is suicide by plastic wrap?
This is very uncommon, almost unheard of. Anybody involved in asphyxiation usually uses bags, pullover bags. It's easier. And how do you wrap yourself? The hands don't work that way. Somebody had to do this. That's why they were suspicious.
Well, I can visualize, having someone wrap themselves in plastic wrap. But here's the 911 call. A lot of people say that his wife, who's now charged with murder, is very convincing when she says in this 911 call that it is a suicide. Listen to this.
And
how close did you get to him just now? I mean, does it look like he's done something to himself, or
he has plastic wrap, it looks like, on his head, and there's a roll laying on the floor.
He's rolling on the floor?
No.
There's a roll of it on the floor.
There's a roll of it on the floor. It looks like it came out of the kitchen.
Okay.
And he left a one-line note.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Have you touched him or anything like that? Does he feel?
I touched his leg. He feels cold.
Cold to the touch. Okay.
It looks like there's blood coming out of his mouth or something.
Okay.
He's facing the back of the sofa, so I can't tell.
When was the last time you saw him alive?
I was watching TV, and I think he got up to go to the bathroom, maybe 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock in the morning?
2 o'clock in the morning, yeah.